and sign them a little bit closer to the chest, just names for names. And we're off and running.
And we're going on.
4 sanctuaries for our first big 20 of the match.
You have the OK guy already save and quitting to Link's house.
Immediate divergence. No. Just for a heart container.
I think I saw all crystals in the light world, if I'm correct.
I missed it completely, to be honest.
So we already have people taking really different routes.
Yeah, we got Houlihan from sideways, yeah.
Meanwhile, the OK guy is going the south route, trying to farm bombs in these bushes. He got one.
Yeah, it works out for him.
Looks like he wants more.
Meanwhile, it looks like Synums was setting up the longer tree pool, getting a couple of kills ahead of time before heading into the woods. Oh, and a really nice 8-drop from, I guess the guard for the OK guy. That's completely filled out bomb inventory now.
Yeah, that's really good for him.
Yeah.
And we got a piece of heart on the lumberjack ledge.
Alright, that's one reason not to...
For now, Ganon is not going to be needed. Unless for Dark World access.
Yeah. And our trackers, Ms. Metroid and Yoinker's wife, have filled out our light world after a couple of map checks. We do have all crystals, as you said.
Yes, and this would being a 5 or 6 crystal. We also found the moon pearl in the forest underground. Or no, in the hole. Sorry. So
yeah, always nice to find that early. You want to know that you can get around and do what you need to once you get that dark world. And there are the boots.
Wow.
Out of the back of the bar. So
that could be a fast seed.
Yeah, this is a runner's delight.
And okay, guy, already going back to library. I missed what's there. Oh, the hood shot.
Oh man. Well, Sandres will be just a bit disappointed, but I think you have to be happy with, you know, getting that hook shot early too, because get your stun prize. It kills some enemies in one shot, and also is a really great mobility tool.
Yep.
Just all together.
So boots and a hood shot. I mean, can't you be more happy than that?
Yeah, really.
In the first 3 minutes of the haze.
And the cane comes from the bottle vendor today. So all these runners going to be picking up each of these items really within minutes of each other, essentially keeping the playing field even. As Kenny hits the well, we'll see what is there. Synum's buying bombs. We'll see if rupees are a problem later. I hope not.
Got nothing much of value in the well.
No, there were 2 vanilla chests there. Well,
and some bombs.
Right.
Interesting how some people like Synums decide to just buy bombs. And there are hunters like Sanders who decide to farm bombs at the hut. We've got really people who want to conserve their money for Zora, and people who don't mind using it.
Right. Their bombos comes out of the Thieves Hut. But yeah, and it's interesting too because those 3 bomb packages that get put in the chests, they could end up being anywhere. And that little bit of rupee spent might end up bugging you when you try to get into Palace of Darkness later. But yeah, so far about as diverged as we can be for just scrambling around Kakariko at this point.
Yeah, it's like everyone is in Kakariko in different places, but they're all doing the same stuff in the end.
Yeah, exactly. So the OK guy gonna head up for his Moon Pearl out of the forest. And also that big rupee package, which I figure he'll pick up, because as you said, Zora obviously is still open at just 4 minutes in. The OK guy finding some rupees on the tree pool. I did not catch which level that was.
I think now everyone will be pretty finished with the Kakariko check. So
Yep,
I
Kenny
can't wait
putting
to
that.
see what they're going to do.
Yeah, the OK guy putting that hook shot to work and getting out of the woods there.
Yeah, really good use of the hook shot to move around.
Yeah. I think every time I watch one of these, I learn a new surface that hook shot can be used on. Right now, it's just the classic trees. As it looks like OK guy is going to go for his bonk rocks, and it's really some of the only progression you have at the moment. At least on the overworld. And just arrows there.
So that's not leading to progression just yet.
Yeah.
Know where he's going right now. I think he's going to do a hooligan.
Maybe. I'm not gonna pull the save quit. This court continues along the traditional south route. And it looks like Synoms will be right behind.
And the OK guy as well.
Yep. We haven't got anything pulling you in a particular direction, then just gotta continue on the opening. Those 3 crystals in the light world are tantalizing, but right now can't get to any of them. As Korik puts the hookshot in on the mini Moldorms.
Yeah, great use there.
Yeah, it makes this room so much quicker compared to, say, if you only had the bombs. That's an ice rod.
That's a rod.
And a hammer.
And a hammer, wow.
Yeah. Alright, we're getting places.
So they're just a power glove away from Blackworld access already.
Right. I can't imagine it'll remain hidden for long. Korik being as careful as he can be, dashing around without a sword.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing.
Yeah. These crabs, as we often say, they hit like a truck. As he makes his way up to the Ice Frog Cave, OK guy in hot pursuit. And it'll be just for a bomb upgrade.
Yep.
And
Right,
that's a water walk setup. Yep.
I don't know about you, but Boots Water Walk is one of my favorite glitches to do in this game.
It's one of my favorite to see. I'm not sure that I've done it myself, but it's a spectacle, that's for sure.
Yes.
There goes Ether on the island.
I like it because swimming is awkward.
Right, yeah, you have to contend with the odd hitboxes of those coastlines.
Yeah, and what was I saying? Dashing is so much faster.
Absolutely. Now, of course, he has to be very careful as he does this, having not the flippers. If he gets hit while he's over deep water, then he dies instantly in order to resolve what would be a soft lock state.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough money for Zora. Just 70 rupees short, approximately, so...
Oh, jeez, and with all the rupees that have been thrown here, that's actually a surprise.
Actually, only Sandblaze is gonna have enough money for Zora if he decides to do that route as well.
Ah, interesting. And depending on what that is, say the Power Glove, heck, might actually be a bit of a factor.
Yeah. And we got Saint Gnomes and Korik, both doing the uncle stuff. Let's see if they decide to go and escape.
Yeah, the hammer, I think they might. Also, that hookshot helps too, being able to stun the annoying guards and smack the ones that you need to get keys from.
And the okay guy finishing his Zora Rodin with the hobo.
And Korok skipped this, didn't he?
Yep.
Alright, well let's see what we have.
Just a bomb upgrade.
Nothing too important, but we'll see if Korok ends up taking the time later. And Daniel Oberon in chat pointing out the stun prize seems to be full magic. That's awesome.
That's very nice.
Yeah, you can get full magic anywhere you want, just stun something.
You know, like just before Motsula, after
right.
after you used all your magic on the lamps and stuff.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Just stun me.
And so we have Shovel coming out of Escape early. Hammer put to use there. As the OK guy now heads eastern.
Or at least a little visit to Sahashala.
Yep. Got those boots. Just runs right through the wall. And a sword, alright.
Yeah, our first sword. That's going to be really nice with these boots.
Indeed. Don't have to be quite as careful as you dash around now. There's only, I think, one enemy in the game you can't dash through with that sword, being the Lionels up on Dark Death Mountain, so they're a ways off.
So the first part of Escape doesn't have much for us today. And the OK guy is entering Eastern Palace. No, you cannot short hop there. Yeah, you can short hop this ledge.
And half as much rupees as are normally in that chest. And that puts him up over the Zora mark, if he decides he wants to make that trip.
Oh, speaking of Zora, Sander has, I think, 7 quid after the Ice Hot Cave.
Yeah, based on his rupee count, I would say so.
Yeah. So we don't get to know what's on Zora just yet. But if this keeps up like that and the power gloves are unseen,
another sword.
We're gonna have to go back.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he... Yeah. The OK guy already on the Master Sword now, after taking this trip eastward.
Everyone else is still with no sword at all.
Right. And Korok came up with the lamp somewhere. Oh, dig spot.
Oh, nice. Ooh,
yeah, so that shovel paying off. Yeah. We do have a Master Sword available. It would be surprising to find the gloves on the bridge. Or the pyramid, rather.
Yeah, I was searching which bridge about.
Yeah, the one that's a giant golden triangle in the middle of Dark World. It doesn't really join anything. It's not a very good bridge.
Yeah.
But now
maybe the laser bridge.
Oh, maybe. Whoa. That would be a glitch in this format, I think.
Yeah.
But alright, so...
Oh, Total Rock. Speaking of bridges, we got the Dream Pendant in Total Rock.
Oh boy. Some would say that means you must go there.
I say, let's see which medallion they need for that.
Yeah. Yeah, because we have one and we know the location of the other. If it's a vanilla Quake medallion, then we'd be up for a hunt. But...
a hunt what you wish you don't find it.
Really? Yeah. Just, oh no, I got Quake. But that's all hypothetical for now. So we've got Korok and Synums both heading to Eastern now, gonna pick up their extra sword.
I think the OK guy is doing a trip to the desert. He's going to check Adiena's cave. And also what's on the ledge.
Yeah, good knowledge to have. Just a big 20 for that. Gets the spin speed to head off to Agena. And, oh, bumps a cactus though.
Yeah,
can't believe that thing's hard.
In the cactus.
Yeah.
So besides this and Zora, this is pretty much the last thing we will have to do before Aghanim comes in play.
Yeah, and we'll see, does Kenny go Egg or Zora? Me, I don't like doing the Aga play, I don't like watching the Aga play, not to any discredit to the runners, I just... Because it's the same thing every time, and the rando bread and butter is seeing something new, so we'll see what's here.
Yep, and he's going for it.
Yeah.
Oh, he still hasn't done Uncle and the chest there.
This is true, and Digging Spot gives Lamp, which opens up Back of Escape yet, too. Also, chat pointing out that Zora is not technically in Logic, but that doesn't mean our runners wouldn't do it anyway.
Oh yeah, but if you're searching for Lamp, not for Lamp, but for Moon Pearl, not for Moon Pearl, what am I saying? Oh, gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the seed wants you to do Aga at this point. Or at least you might think it, depending on what this lamp leads to in the Back of Escape.
Yeah, that could be interesting. It would be even more cool if they had the mirror. So after doing Back of Escape, they could just mirror go to Aghanim. But... Hey,
right.
Gotta do with what we have.
So Korik finishing up in Eastern. Sinum's right behind as Sandre starts. It looks like Korik with that lamp, I'm gonna guess, is going to the Back of Escape.
Oh yeah, he's doing it. That's 4 chests in total, with the one in the middle.
Right.
So that's way more interesting than Aghanim.
Yeah. There's the key.
Oh, yeah,
I forget if that has to be the key, based on that, or if you can end up locking it.
That gives even more hints towards power gloves in there.
Yeah.
Because they can be blocked by that key. And like, if the key was in the Back of Escape, then you'd be guaranteed to have the glove before going there.
Right. Alright, okay guy finishing his death warp out of the back. It looks like he's gonna face the dark.
And there's no power glove.
Alright, well I guess that's pretty much it. We gotta go up to Aga.
Yeah.
Now the question will be, how long does it take to get that power glove after that? Because it doesn't have to be on Pyramid. We have the Moon Pearl.
Lots of locations.
Yeah, and we have both the hammer and the hook shot, so we can get around to the other parts of Dark World relatively easily.
Yeah, we can get around to Village of Outcast, and we can go and do Thieves without the glove.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of potential here for a long search.
But they have 2 gloves. So I hope they're gonna find one.
Yeah.
The okay guy looks like he's doing pretty good in the sewers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the second water room.
And I think he got the key. Nice.
Yeah.
That rat can get away from you and be a really tough thing to recover. Korik just blown by the enemies here. No time for that. Gotta go up and play some volleyball.
Got Sandwest also going to get their lamp, and the okay guy following suit.
Yeah, you definitely check Dig Spot before you buy into Aghanim.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you don't have the fire heart or anything to at least light part of your way in.
Yeah. And I'll be glad he did. Probably feel pretty good about those dark rooms in spite of it too. Sinom's going Bombo strats here to open. I mean, if all else fails, use fire. I think the first game teaches you that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright.
So far, I think the OK guy is the only one who did Agina, so I hope the other ones don't feel bad about skipping it, because they did a great choice there. They got lucky by that.
Yeah, they played statistically, and you know, it's not often that Agina has anything.
Yeah, but with Agina opening so many spots, it was statistically a way better, even if it's a lot of time.
Yeah. So Andre's swatting away that last guard to get that key. Up they go as Korik starts up the Aghanim 1 fight. Nice and close. Right back in his face.
Now we're going to see how many blue balls Aghanim's got for us today.
Well, that's one so far.
And the RNG for the blue balls and all that stuff is shared among the ROM, so it's hard-coded, like the ROM. So
Right.
they will all get the same number of blue balls if they don't miss a shot. That's our third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost a handful. Alright, Sinom's about to begin their Aghanim fight. And Korik's finishing up.
That was 4 blue balls, I think.
And on one guess, no, there's a couple of guesses, but Wanderer and Keeper got that one right.
Yep.
So Korik running down the pyramid wants to see what they get. A vanilla piece of heart. Well, with this
That's
blue
not
pearl,
interesting for him.
no, not at all. Almost had a second row of hearts already. And just gonna head right over here. Pull that hammer out.
To the Hab Cave.
Yeah, you would expect. Got a high concentration in the chest down there. You're gonna want to get those as soon as possible. Alright, 5 items coming up. Roots, arrows, bomb upgrade. Oh no!
And half a heart.
That was half a cave. Like,
Wow.
jeez.
That was a bad cave.
Yeah, that,
Looks like he's going to do this. The Stompy and the game for now, but they don't have gloves.
Forgot about no gloves.
And it happens so rarely that you don't have gloves going in the Dark World like this.
Right, then you just, well, I'm here, I'm just gonna go the route. Like,
Yeah,
it's the route,
just
why wouldn't you go
autopilot.
it?
Just
Yeah.
autopilot, and then you're like, oh shit, oh, I cannot lift that.
Now, Sinums does go for that piece of heart on the pyramid. While Korik gets a compulsory upgrade from Stumpy. Okay, guy, finishing off Aghanim
And we
Sandra is nearing the end as well. Oh,
got
yeah.
a pendant at Swamp Palace, and the other 5-6 crystal at Skullwoods.
Yeah, and I didn't see what the last pendant was. But our trackers did.
Right.
Ice Palace.
Ice.
Skipping ice would be great. a 2-dig digging game for another piece of heart. Is there like a really bad boss fight they're preparing them for? Like, I'm trying to think what they could get set up with that would just be
a quiet item on Cold Stare.
Oh no. We have bombos. We still need gloves and flips for that though.
Yeah. Who knows even?
Yeah. And Court
You're
going across
giving
the...
a bomb, yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy with that cave.
No, not at all.
But as you were saying, correct is traversing the North Hyrule part.
Yeah, it looks like Sai will follow.
I wonder if anyone will try the dip in pod, although I don't think it would be good without the bow right now, with so much open. But that could be an option they have.
Yeah. It's gonna be really interesting to see where this progression pops up, that's for sure. So we've got a lot of overworld dungeon locations, if that makes any sense, here in Skullwoods and Thieves Town. That's one item out of Skullwoods now with the big 20. There's only one more hopefully useful item here.
And Sandres is taking the pod play there.
Yeah.
So I guess that's pretty much one of the major hard defenses. We got Signoms who skipped Skullwoods to go straight in the village of Outcasts. And he's doing the Overworld checks over there.
Indeed. Oh, and I missed what that chest was for Court just there. Power Glove! Out of the bombable hut for Signoms.
Wow. Well, now they have an easier access in the Dark World.
Yeah, absolutely. No more do they have to go to the castle for that. Just about every portal, I think, opens with that. Well, besides on the mountain.
Yeah. And the Mire spot, but they don't have loot anyway.
Oh, right,
and the Ice Palace.
Yeah, I just kind of lumped that into the entrance, yeah. So some of the portals, not all of them, or even nearly all. Yeah. I am mistaken.
And looks like the second item for Skullwoods is stuck in the back.
Oh man.
So they cannot get it right now.
Yeah, Kenny in Skullwoods. Sandre's pushing around in pod. Other glove in pod, apparently. Missed that. Oh.
Ooh.
So one of those will be found.
I imagine if Bo was locked behind the Titansmiths.
Oh man.
It could be a long time before they find them.
Indeed. And I want to say it was on purpose from the OK guy.
I'm not sure that was on purpose. Starting there.
Oh, right, yeah, it was working his way past that Gibdo for the big key.
A nice little hovering there.
Oh, yeah, just nonchalant.
Really good.
Yeah. Alright, Sandre's in the back of pod now. This big 20. Sinum begins the rest of Thieves Town.
Yep, both him and Korek haven't found really anything interesting so far in the front of Thieves Town. But it's a crystal, so they obviously pushing in. They're going to fully complete it.
Yeah, I may as well get this out of the way now.
And St. Louis has finished with Bud and is now going away with their power gloves in there. That was in there.
Yeah, it's a great find. So we've got an item stranded in Skullwoods. Gonna need the bow for the rest of Pod. Thieves Town should be a full clear. Depending on what we find among all that, could have some very interesting decisions ahead. Because that glove gets us up on the mountain in Light World. There's a lot of chests up there.
Yeah, right. And with the hood shot and the hammer, you can climb the mountain and go back west and do the Tower of Hera and all these things.
Yep.
So it's going to be really exciting when they finally go there.
Indeed.
That's where I suspect the next bunch of radiation is going to be.
Yeah, I would think so as well. Our Hype Cave was a dud. Mini Moldorm, I guess, really wasn't much. Because everyone does that early, it's usually not a huge difference maker. But yeah, so our big concentration is left on the mountain. Meanwhile, Sanjay's gonna get the catfish now. Let's see, what do we have here today? If you go away, I'll give you a bottle. Hey! We have not had a sick kid check yet, so...
That's the first bottle of the seed. It's too bad they don't have the mirror or anything. Or the flute. So if they go check the sick kid now, yeah, it's gonna be a long way. Which is always annoying to make.
Indeed.
To walk all that way and stuff.
Oh, and Sandre's having not done the back of escape earlier, gonna do that now.
And we have Quake in Thieves Town, the big chest.
Ah! So we do have the location of Ether on the Lake Island, so all medallions accounted for.
Yeah.
One out of reach yet. Sinum's just making sure to get in there to get those hits on blind. Pretty flat fight as far as that goes if you've got the health to just tank it. One more. In the dodge. And there it goes.
Got it.
Yeah. So our first crystal there.
The guy is also starting Thieves Town. And he's not just starting, he's going in the color of it right now, but...
Korik finishes up at the same heart count as Sinum's there.
And they get a bottle from Blind.
Yeah. 2 hearts all around at Thieves Town right now. Yeah, again, a shame no Mire be able to get that sick kid check nice and easy. Which gives just an arrow upgrade. The OK guy not wanting to take any chances with those buzz. They do 2 hearts of damage, and he's got green mail, so he'll take the whole brunt of it if he's not careful. Thankfully, he was. Glove for Korik, and he's just out. He's got a million things to do with that glove.
Yeah, and I think first things first for him will be Death Mountain.
I think so.
Seeing as he restarted and in the Sanctuary and is heading west right now.
Indeed. Sinum's, I think, doing about the same. Just taking a slightly different route up around the trees.
Probably hasn't checked the lumberjacks.
Ah, so he'll just fall in and grab. Definitely the quicker way if you're not sure what's there yet.
Yeah. And Sanders will be our first player with a Titansmith.
Yep, just
in a few seconds.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting. If he decides to go to Death Mountain as soon as he's finished with Thieves Town, he would be able to also do the dark side of it.
That's correct, yeah. So
while correct, and Sling Gnomes are going to be limited to the light world.
Oh, Silver's up on the rock.
Ooh. What a nice Mire location.
Yeah, get it at just the last second. Is he okay, guy? Finishes that blind fight, I want to say without taking a hit based on his heart count. I don't think he had recovered any health on the way in.
Uruk is trying to set up that bomb jump there, which is a little annoying to set up because you kind of have to account for sliding on the wall to be able to cross the larger distance.
Right, I think that is the longest bomb jump in the game, right?
Yeah, because normally you cannot cross that gap normally. You have to account for the sliding of the wall thing. I think it's a bit harder to set up than the others.
I would imagine so. I know I've never done it myself, so. But yeah, with those Titansmiths too, Sandre's going to give us the hammer peg check and probably a little bit more with that route.
Yeah.
Half magic in the peg cave, it looks like.
Well, that's really nice to get, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a bit superfluous when the stun prize is full magic, but hey, you will always have stock. There's that key no one likes to see.
And the compass you don't want to see after getting the key.
Yeah.
You want to see items after getting the key.
Right. Okay, and the first item is in the basement, so we want the item of mold, unless you love tile rooms, in which case you want to see, I think it's the map we're looking for at this point, of dungeon items. Kenny going for a hover there. Missing it, falling in.
If I'm not mistaken, that could be one of the most punishing hovers to fail.
Yeah, I think so. It's a long route around there. And he'll disregard it for now, it seems, and head to the west.
Yeah, he's probably going to get back over on top by the hammer halt.
Just as well, he'll be able to do Hera and then finish out. Alright, Cork takes down Moldorm after one knockoff. It's a thing that happens. And there's the map, so we'll go to the basement. We have the lamp, so...
Yeah.
You do not want to leave this check behind. Meanwhile, Sandre's on a bit of a world tour, as we say. Got his blacksmith friend in tow. For a blue boomerang.
So far, his Titansmith hasn't given him much of polyhedron items. It's going to be needed eventually.
I'm seeing the OK guy do this paradox cave in backwards fashion, and I'm supposing he hovered that gap.
I think anything weird we see from him tonight would be... Oh, I guess he hovered something.
Right. One final hammer hit from Synubs takes down Moldorm. Korek is taking his coffee break.
Yep.
On the pegs.
And I saw a head hoopy on the floating island on the mountain.
Ah, speaking of rupees, just a single green for rescuing the smith.
Yeah, they're not giving much, eh?
Yeah. Charged them $10 for that too. Just another 20 rupees in the basement.
Yep.
Oh man. And we know the paradox is mostly a dud, so well, entirely a dud. So
yeah,
this
the guy is now entering a era after this guy have finished or almost finished with it. So
yeah. And to answer chat, nothing on Lumberjack. It was a piece of heart, but Dark World access through Aghanim was required. We had gloves in Bombable Hut and the Palace of Darkness.
Maybe the real good play would be Dark World F Mountain?
Yeah, could be the thing. You'd pointed that out earlier.
Something somewhere in there, in that mountain.
I hope so. Or I'll question whether the crystals are valid at that point. There's nothing here. No. Again, nothing much in Spiral either. Let's see which way Sandres prefers to go first. Picking up spin speed, losing on the dead rock. And head in and out, they get a little reset on the chaos there. And OK guy takes down Moldorm, easy peasy. Just a stingy seed if ever there was one. It seemed, we were saying at the beginning, oh, boots, hook, oh, they got cane.
And that's movement, but they're lacking stuff. They're lacking the flute. The flute could help them a lot, I think. And with the mid-hidden input, that's going to hurt, I think, pretty much everyone except Sanders.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really anxious to see what ends up over on that side of the mountain. You got Hookshot Cave, you got Super Bunny. Potential Turtle Rock entry?
Yeah?
I mean, that's been a thing lately.
Or at least you're gonna get knowledge about the Total Rock required medallion.
Right.
And Sandra is the only one who hasn't done Thieves Town, I think. So he's the only one without Quake at the moment.
Right, and would wonder where it was, at least until he does Thieves Town.
But I don't think he would search for it.
Right.
He'll just find it doing Thieves Town, because he needs to do Thieves Town anyway.
Right. Yeah, he'll probably actually lament finding it now that you mention it.
The Yoki guy has to walk or dash all the way back to get out of Hera. Because he doesn't have the mirror yet.
Right.
That he left inside Spectacle Hook.
Yeah, he'll go back for that now, and because they're right there, probably get the silvers. Can't imagine you pass those up when you can.
Yeah, and he's not going to hover this time.
Meanwhile, Cork putting the mirror to use. Gonna check our graveyard ledge.
Yep.
Alright. And the OK guy proves better on the way out and just runs it right across. Makes the silvers just that much closer. We'll see King's Tomb here again for Korik, but it was nothing much.
Alright, that's it, the blue boomerang.
Ah, right. Useful for a couple of tricks in GT. Other than that, your hookshot will suffice.
Yep. Make GT a little faster, so it's always good to pick it up when you can. Or when you just happen to pick it up because it's in a chest and you don't see what's inside of chests.
Right. Alright. Looks like Korik's gonna go see about that mushroom now and probably hit up Catfish. It's like one of the few opportunities where you can kind of route that into something efficient. Oh, and bonks on the bush.
Yeah, they had the same location in both worlds, so
right.
Gotta get careful about this. But I know, yeah, he just wants to mirror bonk.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
Yeah, I was actually trying to save himself a button press, I guess. Just a heart for the mushroom. And getting the health fill up from the merchant there. Gonna shift back to Dark World, check the Catfish, and we're gonna see what's on Zora. Because he's got plenty of rupees.
Yes, finally our first Zora check.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that one. Actually, the OK guy might be the first one to check.
Oh
Zora.
yeah, water walking right up there. Right under our noses. Sandres doesn't set up the invulnerability. Blue Cane, alright. And I guess that puts Spike Cave in logic now.
Yep.
Sandres makes his way to the bottom of Hera for that rupee. Fills up on magic under the pot and is out of there. Korik takes the vanilla walk out to Zora. Oh, Sandres leaving a dead rock in the middle of the bridge.
And again, he's not getting lucky with the dead rock.
Oh man. Now the OK guy kind of retracing some steps here to get up to Catfish, it seems. Well, we got Sinum's gonna do the northern Hyrule checks into Graveyard and then King's Tomb. Gonna find that mushroom, which ultimately led to nothing much. The OK guy passing up the bottle wants none of it. Is gonna run back. Perhaps going the same place in a different route to Northern Hyrule as Korik off to Spike Cave.
Yeah, he immediately took that Cane of Burnout to Spike Cave.
Yeah, with... Oh, there we go, to hookshot. In.
Just another bottle.
Third bottle, we got red potion this time. So we had a green, a red, and an empty.
This one's gonna be blue.
I would hope so. We gotta keep these patterns going.
And Sandres is going for Dark Death Mountain, being the only player on stream to have the Titansmith.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see how much of an advantage this ends up affording. the rest of the mountain, well, I guess East Side Death Mountain had the mirror and the silver, but I just kind of expect the West Side to have something. Oh, I see, and setting up the mirror spot, having not done Paradox yet. Nice. Clever routing.
That's what they were harding, so we'll have to wait a little bit more before seeing the Dark Mountain check, but they gotta do this first.
Yeah.
And Correct is taking full advantage of Mirror Sports.
Yeah, seeing that as the must-be progression item. Just its vanilla item there. And again, wanting to avoid pod until bow. But those mitts may yet lead to something. And they of course are in the Palace of Darkness.
Oh, he's going for Hagi. Oh, he needs Hoppies to get into pod.
Ah, this is true.
And he's only missing... He was only missing 3, so... Yeah.
Good stuff.
And he's probably gonna combo it with Gina's Cave.
Yeah, I can't blame him here. You figure you're over here, you may as well... Just in case. Because if this ended up being bow and you went to pod without it, you'd feel a little silly. Meanwhile, looks like fake powder coming in from the OK guy. This will be a sequence break. For Blue Mail.
That. Oh, and we got the flute in Super Bunny Cave.
Oh! There we go. Mitts leading to some progression.
Yep. What's happening with Saint Gnomes? He's trapped with a head guard.
Oh no! Oh no!
Ooh, that one hurt a lot.
Alright, let's see Hookshot Cave. We got 4 more items here, and I believe you said the Mountain Island had nothing good.
No, the Mountain Island only had a headbow hang.
Ah! 100 rupees there, almost to the 1k. Sandre seeming to dance for the chest to try to persuade them for something better. And there goes a third sword. That's pretty nice.
He got his wish. He got his wish.
Yeah. Between that and silvers now, the rest of this should go quite nicely. Once we get that bow, of course.
This seed is getting easier by the minute. With all this equipment.
Yep.
And Correct and Saint Gnomes are pretty much both hitting pod at the same time. So they're going to discover their mitts.
Yeah, that'll be coming in short order for them. Let's see. Sandre's gonna activate flute. Kenny dashes off, I believe, to join our other two in the Palace of Darkness. Yeah, flute absolutely necessary for Crystal Mire, but even still, can't deny the convenience.
Yeah, it's a great routing tool because well, there's less thinking about routing since you can just swap to any of the 8 locations.
Right.
And Sandre's already doing the flute exclusive spot of the Dark World, the Mire area. But Bumbos has required medallions for Mire.
Very nice. In tow for each runner already. Of course, we know where Ether is as well. Sitting on the lake island.
I know he checked the Total Rock medallion, but I totally didn't get it.
I also missed it, unfortunately.
So I guess we'll see it the next time someone hunts up Death Mountain, which could be pretty soon.
Yeah.
Chat saying the Tart Rock was Quake. So, it's on their way.
Very nice.
At least, they already got it.
We'll see the mirror entry into Desert Palace now, probably. Yeah.
The okay guy doing nice hover to get to that chest.
Oh man, gotta. Oh, I was just gonna say that the big challenge with that one is doing the change of direction.
Yeah, that's one pretty challenging.
That would have been an interesting sequence break.
But I think he's going to sequence break with the border instead, or maybe not. But I'm pretty sure correct or Signums did it with the borders. So what's cool with all this is that Ether, which is on the Lake Hylia Island, is not needed for this seed. And since Swamp and Ice are both pendants, flippers might not be needed at all.
Yeah, that's interesting. You don't see a seed where you can get away with that quite often.
Nope.
That might be one of my favorite mirror uses in the game right there. Getting out of the far side of Desert Palace to the back to the west side door. Even with the boots, you save so much time. And we've got 1k rupees now for Sandra's as that pops up. The OK guy gets his hammer jump there. It's a very tricky thing to line up, taking advantage, similar to the hover that he was going for before. Oh, what a great spot for that big key. I hadn't noted it before. Gonna continue on through, taking advantage of the missing hitbox on the other side of that railing to get that jump. As we're almost to the back of Desert now to fight the Lamolas. Well, we've got some previously seen checks. And answer a chat concern about which glitches allowed. Yes, minor glitches.
So, Sandres is fighting Lamolas right now.
Yep, just got in. Using what some would call the intended strat with the ice rod. As we've got, I think, our first purple chest. Check now, going on for Sinums.
I saw this pretty much the strongest weapon they have right now.
Yeah.
For landmobs.
That tempered sword's definitely nice too, as that finishes up. With that half magic too, you almost gotta buy into the ice rod. It's just a little bit slower than fire, which of course is out of reach.
Yeah, the timing is a little more difficult on this.
On the OK guy, going for that hover again. Do not adjust your television set. And he gets one. Oh. I spoke too soon.
No, he's going straight for the back.
Yeah, gonna head back there again after hitting his bomb jump earlier. I guess check the rest of it. We've got Sandres making a late Agina check. And what's in the box? An arrow upgrade. So, after a slight bit of excitement with an extra sword out of the hookshot cave, we're kind of back to wondering what we do now.
Correct actually had all the tools to go in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and passed it up. I guess I don't blame him when it's a pennant.
No, I won't blame him.
Yeah.
And with the flute, there's a bunch more locations that just got unlocked, so...
Yeah, I think what we're going to want to see probably is the Misery Mire play. It's a crystal, it's in logic, and there's 2 items in there. You'd hope there were more, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, and you can fully complete it, at least.
If he's very lucky, the bow will be there, and he'll be able to do the easiest strat for the boss, Vitreous. But otherwise, we'll see what he prefers to do in absence of that.
But at least they got Temper Sword, so they can do, at least for the first phase, exactly the same thing as in NMG speedruns.
Right, doing the...
and for the second phase, they're just gonna improve.
Yeah. Alright, so into the Mire area for Korik. And actually, yeah, I guess we'll see him run through Desert first.
Yeah, it could be either.
Yeah, we see Sandre's avert after Desert to Thieves Town, perhaps thinking, well, there's more items here. We got 4 items possible, and if you haven't done it yet, they could be anything. Even a bow. Unfortunately, we know that not to be the case.
And we've got Signums and the OK guy entering Turtle Rock. So we'll get to see if it's a quick dip or if it's gonna take them all the way to Laser Bridge without the Fire Horde.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. Because if one of our needed keys ends up locked behind the torch track, then we'll be in some trouble. Sinums actually doubles back and is going to pick up, oh gosh, what was in here? The flute. Looks like OK guys.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I guess they just both chose to open Turtle Rock.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised to see, yeah, it looks like Sinums might be turning around to go do it, or I guess with Temper or Master Sword, probably also doing Hookshot. Yeah, and to address the concern in chat again regarding Sandre's, I believe the choice here is based on the fact there's 4 items in Thieves Town, and it's definitely a quicker dungeon where Mire can benefit from a go mode, and also it's just in general a tougher dungeon. So you kind of want to get as many of the other items first. Yeah, Korik hitting his long cutscene. The OK guy making his way through Spike Cave. Sinum's not doing Turtle Rock after all, but, you know, that's alright. At least for now. Might end up being where everything is.
Until it has the Fire Horde.
Down goes Lambo. Super clean fight from Korik. Flute activation for Sinums. These custom sprites show off some fun palette, we'll call them glitches. Here's the Maiden. Looks to be a bit frostbitten or something for Sandre's playing with the Zero Suit sprite. Gets that Quake medallion they didn't want to see. Flute active for the OK guy as well.
Unless it's Signums decides to go in Mire. Yeah, with his first visit in Mire Shed items.
Yeah, it looks like our left side and our top side all doing a lot of the same right now as Sandre closes the gap on that Thieves Town crystal. Oh, gotta be careful here, taking some hits in this last phase. Oh, finishes it off with the cane though, very nice.
So what's next on our list is definitely Misery Mire.
Yep.
Seeing both Correct and OK Guy opening it at the same time.
Indeed. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I think Correct tried to do the Fire Hot strat in Mire 2, but with the Ice Hot.
Yeah, the timing's just a bit different.
Yeah, it didn't work quite as well, but the OK Guy got it.
Ah, very nice. Sandre's thinking about those mids. Gonna do purple chest now. Has the flute, so make a quick check of it. There's the fire rod.
Finally.
Oh boy.
With that, they can complete Skullwoods, which still has an item inside. With completing Skullwoods, they'll be able to get the Pyramid Fairy.
Ah, very interesting. We could have a bow trapped in the pyramid.
Yes. So that's 3 potential items they can immediately get with doing Skullwoods. With their new Fire HUD. Besides all the other stuff in Turtle Rock.
Right. In chat, immediately pointing out that we are now 1 item away from our go mode, but we have a lot of potential for an interesting seed with some of the items we don't have yet, including the flippers.
Yeah, they really don't want to find the flippers now. Opening access logically to pen and dungeons won't be a good sign. And we know that Misery Mire doesn't have the bows, because Correct just found 300 head rupees in there.
Yeah. He wishes he could buy a bow.
This is a nice awakening.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I guess he's still a bit short yet, too, huh?
Could steal it, but don't steal bows, kid.
Yeah. Crime doesn't pay. But alright, we find that big key, and so finding the 2 items, having the big key, it's straight to the basement now. The OK Guy, making them play chest, but oh, it's gonna be a bit frustrated here, I think.
But it's okay, he already got both items, so he doesn't need to check inside.
So Sandre's making the way up the Skullwoods now. We got Sinums doing the Desert Palace play. Both those two doing responsible checks that unfortunately aren't going to get them very far. It looks like no spooky from Korik.
No, and from the OK Guy either.
Yeah, I actually forgot to look for the telltale signs of it beforehand.
Yeah, I just know they didn't dash or use a Fire HUD before setting up their block. So I knew they.
Oh right, you need the fire rod for it, and so when it was found in here, probably like, oh right, let's just go.
No, you don't need a fire rod. Yeah, you need a fire rod for that glitch. Yeah.
Putting that red potion to work, smart move. Way better than
not dying is a smart.
Yeah, always a smart move. Gotta love when those bottles come in useful. Oh man, and that looming eyeball of Vitri. Down it goes. Kenny down to 2 hearts here. Playing risky. But I think we'll take the time now, yeah. Ooh.
That was close.
Yeah, it was. Almost got pinned to the wall. Almost there. And down goes Vitreous.
Yeah,
saving
the
that
giant eyeball is dead.
Indeed. Who would have thought the eyeball was weak to poking? But you know where Korik's going. He's got a fire rod. And as you explained earlier, we've got 3 items locked behind it now. 1 in the back of Skull Woods and 2 of them in the pyramid. Meanwhile, the OK guy gonna close the gap on Desert here. That's that fire rod, so might have a slightly quicker time in the Lambo fight, maybe?
Yeah, he's going to be certainly more used to using the fire rod and the ice rod in that fight.
Sandra's getting the North Hyrule checks out of the way.
I love how the chat is reacting to your poking comment on Vidrius. In that eyeballs are generally way too blunt for Stroma as well. That was by Torsui. And I agree with you.
They're just generally vulnerable things altogether, huh? But yeah, the Hammer Vitreous is a little bit more challenging than the Tempered Sword. But you've got to do what you got to do. So here goes Mothula. Start with poke. Well, the poke dash, rather. And down goes Mothula.
And that was fast.
Yeah, you just gotta keep him off the spikes. So there's that map.
Correct knows where the item is going to be now.
Yep. Yeah, do not try boss strats at home, kids. Say that in response to someone in chat. Wait, we're gonna make our way to this sort of far-flung chest here in the back of Skullwoods. We got our mirror out and ready, because it's just arrows, and we're out.
Just arrows. Don't want that.
Yeah. Fluting away from the back of the forest.
And I didn't see what happened on Saint Dom's screen, but did he die at Vidrius or something?
I imagine must have been down there. The key count's depleted. And they'd been in the dungeon for a good long time before this. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
As we were saying, the Vitreous fight is challenging in general, especially in that second phase if you don't have the bow, even without the silvers. As he gets bouncing around that room, it can easily get unmanageable. And our
Also,
tracker informing us it was on the way to the boss.
correct, deciding. Okay.
Having to do a double take to
Yeah.
use half as much magic.
It's the muscle memory, it's the reflexes. Like,
Right.
it's not bow, I don't want that. But oh wait,
Right.
it's double magic, I might want that.
Alright, so Sinom's continuing down this time, gonna make it to that boss. So what have we at this point? We've done as much of Pod and Eastern as we can. There's really not that much Overworld left among runners. Each of them has a bit to do. So I think it's realistically going to be a dip into Turtle Rock. It's the only one of our pendant dungeons we can actually enter.
Yeah, that's looking like a good play right now. I still wish they will check Pyramid Ferry first, since it's
Oh,
just
yeah, of course, we were just talking about that.
But if Pyramid Ferry doesn't have anything, then Total Rock is looking like the play.
Yeah, completely blanked on the pyramid.
Ouch,
Oh,
Signum's
no,
actually
Signum's-
dying to Vitesse this time.
Oh. That's going to put a bit of stress on them now, understanding that, you know, this never puts you in a good position to have it happen twice. Court going to take advantage of the fact that they have defeated Aghanim here.
You spent 4 minutes in that tower. He's gotta save some time on
Yeah.
on the trip to Pyramid.
Yeah, you gotta get it back when you can. Oh, Sandre's going back up the mountain now.
Yeah, he's totally avoiding Mire and
Oh, no bow in the pyramid. Oh, jeez. Well, we'll see just a little.
Lord Slide of Roger the play.
Yeah, we'll see just how much that Sandres can do without that fire rod.
Alright, he's without the fire rod because he didn't go in Mire yet.
Correct. Yeah. Signum's very carefully avoiding those fireballs. Yeah, we could just get the bow. Flippers would get us places. The book would be nice. If not, like, I'd rather see the book than the flippers.
Yeah.
Just because you have like a 2/3 chance of not having to do pendant dungeons.
Yes. And there was a big key in the first chest of Total Roach, so at least Andres doesn't get to go any farther without the fire hood.
Oh man. Yeah, so Korik's gonna be able to make this play.
Well, at least for them it was a quick check. They didn't get all the way to Laser Bridge for nothing.
This is true. Putting the bombs to work now. Signums.
It's gonna take a lot of bombs to kill Vitria's small eyes.
He certainly has the quantity. Maybe not quite to completely finish the job depending on the timing. But I think one or two of them... there goes a few more. Yeah, he's getting there. Oh, he's going to take that lightning on the chin, though, and down to one heart. Oh, no.
It's looking bad.
Oh, and these little eyeballs are devious.
Ouch, and that one followed him in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, the trick is you want to move right after the eyeball starts moving because it tracks your last known location. If you can get out of the way, do it right, you might get lucky and get 2 spins in on one of them, but it's not an easy fight. Although the OK guy just made Moth look about as easy as Cork did too, so give you a bit of a perspective there, I guess.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, there we go. We just unlocked 2 pendant dungeons with the flippers.
So all 3 of them are unlocked now. Oh no. Yeah, Signum's gonna stock up on the potions, get back at it. Well, actually, it looks like they'll shake it off and go do Skullwoods for now. Got the items, can always come back for the crystal.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, give yourself a little time to separate from the event.
Maybe eventually go buy some potions to help you survive. And he can always just come back once he has the bow.
This is true. Because he knows it's not there, and he'll be able to put the silvers to work. That'll be an easy fight then. Oh, Kenny getting the bomb to follow them at the 0 timer. Fun little glitch there, where instead of blowing up for some reason, it just resets if you engage any sort of transition.
I mean, that's what happens when the game tries to do 2 things at the same time.
Right, one of them gets all messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat asking about Stun Prize and our tracker covering it. It is full magic for anybody else curious. Can't believe we got flippers in Turtle Rock. That's obnoxious.
The pendant dungeon, unlocking the other pendant dungeons.
Yeah.
This is not a good day for seeds.
Alright, so we're out on the exterior bridge. We're gonna get that Mimic Cave check. And just a piece of heart. It's vanilla. Alright. Signum's gonna face off of Mothula now. Got all those hearts. That half magic. Fire Rod is ready. Temper Sword is a swinging. Powder out of Turtle Rock. From the big chest.
Powder is a nice item.
Yeah, definitely. Good little safety. And there will be something for Cork to do, but we saw the OK guy do fake powder for, I think it was his mail. Oh no. In the book! Anything but bows.
At least, going out of Turtle Rock, they'll be able to check the Ether tablet right away.
Yeah, something to do.
After that, we might see a pedestal check before heading to the 2 other pendant dungeons.
You know, actually, that'd be prudent. You want to know, if I'm going to go in here, do I have to finish it? And maybe even do I just have to finish it? Because when you have Ice and Swamp, that you could go mode for your pedestal pool, that'd actually be a pretty interesting turn of events. Oh, just running out of iframes on that. Getting chased down by the helmet beetle. Nice dash through the laser. Alright.
No bow inside.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got all the items in the dungeon yet, or if there's still one on Trinexx.
Yeah, I'm not sure
This
either.
is looking slim.
Yeah. Because at this point, I could see him doing Trinexx just because you're already down here and it might be pedestal.
And the green pendant, so...
Yeah.
There's that.
Oh yeah, he has all
well.
the dungeon items, so he's expecting an item off of Trinexx.
Actually, Trinexx is worth 2 items right now because of the green pendant.
This is true as well, yeah. Oh man, and Mothula not behaving for 6. Just hiding in that corner. Korak going to town on those colored heads of Trinexx. And down goes Mothula for Signums. Good stuff. Getting back on the horse. Meanwhile, Sandre's in on Vitreous, and the OK guy making his way through Turtle Rock now. Down goes Trinexx, and what does he have?
And oh no, Sandwich just died to Vitreous as well.
Oh no. Oh, just a piece of heart from Trinexx. But as you mentioned, that green pendant will lead us to something from Sahasrara. In case you were wondering, the bunny sprite for the bunny sprite is a different bunny sprite. Yeah, brutal bosses in today's matchup.
I think what's tripping up most people is that they're not used to complete Mire without the bow.
Yeah, it's a luxury you're often not denied. Yeah, Court gonna go read the ether tablet. It's gonna be a surprise for everybody as we skip the text. Big 20. Oh no. And the OK guy gonna head out to the bridge. Go pull a heart piece from the Mimic Cave and then work their way down to Trinexx.
Sandress is going back to Skullwoods for now. Putting off Vitreous until probably the bow. Or just go mode in general. Sinoms is doing the Pyramid Fairy right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a good contingency strat. If you find yourself having trouble and you know the bow isn't there, well then, yeah, go get the bow. You need the bow. But yeah, so hobo check from Korak.
That's his... Was it Blue Mail? No, Blue Mail was on the Magic Bat.
Yeah, I forget what the hobo had, even though I saw it. But
yeah, it didn't have anything good.
Important. Yeah.
And now he's going to cash in his Green Pendant.
Oh, not if the Red Guards have anything to say about it. Oh my. Oh my.
Ouch.
Oh no, oh no, oh no!
And the lag they bring on screen as well.
Oh no.
This is so annoying.
Yeah, jeez. Gives him a little time to think about what he's doing, but...
Oh!
There it is! Oh! Alright.
He holds the bow.
And what a great spot to find it in, too. Can run right here to Eastern or down to the Warp if he wants. Get back towards Pod.
He's going to hunt back to his Warp.
Yeah.
That's a great turn of event. So that means that Korak is now in go mode.
Yep. He's got the back half of 2 crystal dungeons to do. Really not much left at all. The OK guy gonna go fight Trinexx, and shortly after we'll be very glad they did. Yeah, of course, it being important to do pod before Eastern, so you can take advantage of that Mire again. Yeah, easy Trinexx fight for the OK guy. Sandre's working around. Gonna do that pyramid fairy.
We got Signoms doing some water dashing up to Zora.
Yeah, the late gameplay really not wanting to go into Turtle World. Can't blame them, but unfortunately they gotta go all the way. It's Korok is on the Helmasaur.
Getting a good pattern there. Being able to hit him close to his face.
Yeah, not having to worry too much about knockback because he got a wall helping him out. Yeah, very polite Helmasaur.
And he even stayed in place at the beginning of the second phase.
Yeah, he's got a chance to just like dash away real quick from that.
And well, Korok isn't the only one getting trolled by the head gods.
Yeah.
The Yoki guy had a little bit of problem as well.
Yeah, it's the one thing that really stinks about getting Aghanim, the whole climb itself. And there's the bow for the OK guy, and dashing right out it goes.
And I didn't see it on the stream, but looks like Korok got the border sword out of Helmasaur King.
Oh yeah, it must have been. But hey, if you're gonna hold out on the bow, I guess, yeah, you gotta rub it in with a little something extra. Boots, half magic, fire rod, silvers, and gold for Ganon. It's gonna be an awfully quick fight.
Yeah, they have everything they need to beat Ganon. I think if they have one difficulty with Ganon, it will be with falling down the hole.
Exactly, you're just gonna have to manage that knockback. Alright, we're just moving on. Korok leading the way into Eastern, about to fight the Armorous Knights. Should be 6 shots and 6 down.
Yep, that was pretty much a perfect Silver Ahos Armos fight.
Yep. the cane dash from Signums through the roller room at the beginning of Turtle Rock. A fun sight. These guys figure out just what they're gonna have to do here to keep the seed moving. And chat pointing out there is one thing that could stymie these runners on top of the knockback is the green mail. Won't be an issue for the OK guy, but now we have Korok on his way up to Ganon's tower. get your guesses in the chat. Where do you think that big key's gonna be? We got 22 chests. One of them's a torch, technically, but same diff. And one of them's gonna have that big key to do the climb.
You know what? I think we should play the game where we just try to guess the small key locations. You do 4 numbers for the 4 small keys that are in chests. Wouldn't that be more exciting than just 1 number for the big key?
You know, you can have build a little lotto off of that, right? You get your 4 numbers in the Powerball for the big key.
And the big key would just be the bonus number.
Right, exactly, yeah. The OK guy holds aloft their butter sword. Down goes Helma. And you see again that the RNG patterns for these bosses, at least the first time through, are nice and the same.
No keys on the right side.
Nah.
Correct.
Arrow upgrades. Got more than enough to finish this one off, especially with silvers. Key on the torch as vanilla. And on we go. Got our simultaneous Turtle Rock plays here at the bottom. Of course, the good part doesn't come for a little while with that until they get back to Sahasrahla with that green pendant.
Encourages in the Star Force home getting his bug net.
Ah, very, very important.
Yeah.
There goes a small key.
And another small key.
So if you chose numbers 3, 6, and 7, I wonder what else you chose, because you're probably right. Cork taking a purposeful fall there, uses the iframes, then get on into that fire bar so they can hook in. Here, putting that, oh, just missing on the one of those boomerang tricks. There we go.
Yeah, very much the only use of the blue boomerang you're gonna see in this hunt.
Yeah. And the OK guy giving the Armos the meltdown. We don't have Signum's audio, but they really took a short step into that switch. I hope they opened it. One heart for Sandres. Oh, yeah, it's open. All right. And there goes the big key out of the rando room.
And there it is. Which number was that?
Oh, let's see. That ends up being number 12, I want to say.
All right.
Traditional right then left route.
I'm going to believe you because I wasn't counting.
I usually pick a chest in that room when we run the bot game, and I think those run from like 11 through something. But up the tower we go. Oh, the boots just make this so much more fun to watch. Wow. The best pattern for those cannonballs.
Yeah, that was right. That was nice.
Didn't even have to stop. I got the turn shot off the silver. Makes up for it with the double dash. Oh no! Slight overthrow with the skull, but just powering through. Pretty much optimal pattern there for room 4.
And a really good fight there in the next room.
Yeah, really well-behaved RNG and taking advantage of it too. Ah, just missing the 0.
Yeah,
that's
just
right.
short of the one cycle.
Itchy trigger finger with that bow. Pulling out the cane for our first Wizrobe room. Signums. We'll Trinexx. They'll still have Vitreous to do. After having some trouble with it earlier, but that bow, once they turn in, will be that much sweeter. Sandre's grabbing that safety door. Trinexx is no joke. Yoke guy is on the big key hunt.
Correct has a very good Gauntlet ascension of the tower right now.
Absolutely. Signum's taking down Trinexx. Getting in on 1. Plenty of keys for Korik. No time for mini Helmas. And nice bonk. Getting around both of those spike traps.
Gets his health almost full by the fairies and the magic refill. He's now fully ready for Moldom too.
Up. There we go. Taking advantage of the way the input's programmed for that. If you're got your sword out pushing away from the direction you would fall, you'd never fall. Yeah, down goes Moldorm 2.
And the other guy just found his bait key. He's now starting the Gauntlet right now, as Korik is on Aghanim too.
Indeed. Nice double to start for Korik. Ah, but a blank frame there.
Yeah.
That was a pretty tough pattern.
Gets a 2.
Nice, yeah, turns it into another double. And
Yeah.
there we go.
Got 3 doubles out of that, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, the other guy not getting the same luck as Korik on the Cannonball Hoon. That has to take a foul.
Alright, and here comes our Ganon fight. Finish this strong. Got plenty
With
of
the Blood
equipment.
Sword,
Yeah, it
it
should be.
won't be any problem to one cycle the first 2 phases.
Yeah, patiently waiting to see that head-looking animation. Or head-turning animation to know he's into phase 2. Doesn't want to waste the time on it. He doesn't have to. Especially with that knockback. Yeah, it looks like Sandre's had some trouble on Trinexx the first time. We'll bring it in this time though. Ooh.
And got a nice double there.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, wow. Oh, don't stand up too far. I've seen too much of that.
All right, and
there it
Correct
is.
finished.
He was second place with a time of 1 hour, 45 and 19, 30 seconds behind the Animals of Science at a 1:44.49. GG's to both of them. Absolutely fantastic.
A great race to watch.
Yeah, and that really cements a solid standing for Korik in the qualifiers now. Yeah, the OK guy gonna be pushing on.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that Correct got a second place finish last night, and he's got a second place finish this night as well. And we know he's only 5th on the standings, so very solidifying his place.
Yeah, it's really sharing him up. You'll almost certainly see him in the top 8.
And
oh, the OK guy going for the hover.
Why would you do that, the OK guy? He just killed Moldom.
For fun. Oh, and Korik joining us in chat, actually, saying this was his 4th race. And he had a first, a second, and a 4th.
Oh, nice.
So this really, I think, does. I mean, he didn't get out of the top 8 for those, so we'll see how that bodes for the rest of it. Because not everybody participates in every qualifier. But yeah, the OK guy just going nuts there. Pulling the Quake medallion out for that Valiant chest.
And looks like we'll be joined by Correct with us right now, so let's bring him in.
Korik.
Hello.
GG. Fantastic race.
Thank you.
And so, what was going through your head as you found the flippers in Turtle Rock?
So,
and then you found the book in Turtle Rock.
I mean, this seed, man, finding mitts in just about the last location I could really, that was tough. So, I've tried to keep a mantra, which is like, don't panic. Because, you know, with these big races, you don't have to beat everybody. You just have to do your best and finish as fast as you can. So I'm like, okay, I just got to not panic. And then Turtle Rock tried as hard as it could to get me to panic.
Yeah, it was really, really pulling.
But I like your about not panicking. It's really good.
Yeah. And it showed in really crispy boss fights to finish up the seed. Right on through. I mean, getting Gold Sword off of Helmasaur then was just like, okay, we made you look for everything. Just go beat Ganon. But yeah, altogether, I mean, you pulled this thing together about just as well as anybody could for the way the items were dispersed. Were there any really standout spots for you besides the really taunting Turtle Rock?
I mean, that was a big one. Having to go into both Eastern and Pod without the bow in the same seed is kind of mean, but
yeah,
you know, I guess it happens every once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, it was an okay seed. That Turtle Rock, man, you know, it it certainly expanded the options, but it. I think the clear thing to do was to go and check Hobo and check Sahashala as the first checks after Ether, so that worked out for me.
Excellent. And the OK guys just sunk their 4th silver arrow into the big pig. He's just waiting across that bridge now. Oh, and I should say I got a little worried as you stood very high on the platform in your fight.
And yeah, just officially finished in 3rd place with a time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 56 seconds.
And GG's to him. He was followed by, I believe, Phantom Ryu in 4th place with a 159.34, but that won't happen for another 10 minutes relative to stream.
Yeah, that's in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So, you've really burned up the charts on this one. I saw you reported in chat the first, second, and fourth place finishes. You're keeping your schedule clear, I guess, huh? Getting ready for the brackets.
I think that should be enough, but you know, there's a lot of good players that haven't started in these qualifiers yet, so I just have to sit back and be patient.
Yeah, we'll see. Is there anybody you're expecting will make the that you've seen that you think you'll be, if you make the brackets, that you'll expect to see there?
I mean, Gerdo after 2 races has a first and a second, and he is, you know, really good at this game. So
Yeah,
he's in great spot.
Yeah.
Gem is, you know, really high up in the rankings and doesn't even have a first yet. So Gem is always scary.
Right.
I agree with you.
But yeah, there's a lot of really solid players. I don't know if they're planning on participating, but people like Blaine and Gloin and Airy, like there's a lot of really good players that haven't raced a single time yet. So we'll have to see if they join in.
Yeah, there's plenty of qualifiers left, and this could get very, very interesting. But anything else to add about the seed? Anything about the tournament in general, or?
Yeah, I mean, I had a plan to be, you know, in the clubhouse by the end of the weekend, and here I am. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just gonna sit back and wait. It's a fun format. You know, there's a lot of friends out there, and I mean, PKR is probably gonna tear things up as well. First and a second, you know, there's just so many good players, and we'll see what the brackets end up as. I think I did my part, and whether I make the brackets or not, I'm proud of my performance, which is always a good way to go out.
Absolutely.
So.
Oh yeah, your performance was certainly something to be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. Killer execution, unraveling the seeds.
Yeah. But with that said, thank you guys so much for commentating. Thanks for the restream, the tracking, and all that. And thanks, you know, for organizing this tournament to Speed Gaming and Feasel and everybody involved. I know there's been a lot of hard volunteer work to get everything coordinated. So thanks again, everybody. And I'll be stepping out.
All right. Well, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for a very exciting race to watch. And good luck getting into brackets now and when you get there. All right. Signum's finishing up Eastern Palace now. It looks like the OK guy will not be joining us for the interview, which is quite all right. After a long and difficult seed that way, you can use some rest, I'm sure. All right, so it's back to Mire for Signums to take on his rival Vitreous. Got those silvers in hand.
Getting his revenge.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many eyeballs Vitreous has, he's not going to see it coming. As he works to outrun the bird, Sandres is pushing into the back of Palace of Darkness. Also has Misery Mire to do yet. So,
yeah,
continue on, finding that warp portal to get to his big key door.
Andres is going to a complete board right now, and warping back to Eastern to complete it as well.
Yep, just
At least the both of our remaining hunters are in go mode, so...
Indeed. Yeah, and Sandre's about a dungeon and a half, say.
Yeah. I was just going to say it's a hunt to the finish for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sinums is a dungeon and a half ahead of Sandres.
Working our way through. Just a couple more crystal switches to hit. And then tasty revenge. Almasar about to go down if we just sink that silver arrow. There it goes.
And that was a very nice first phase kill.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're ready and wait for that, but down goes Vitreous.
No, Sinums only has to complete Ganon's tower now. And oh, I must have missed it, but Sand has already completed the Eastern Palace, so
oh, yeah.
He's going to get to Mire right away.
Yeah, I must have blanked on that one as well. Oh.
Just don't drop your things, Epi.
Yeah, knocked over a cup, but luckily it was no technical difficulties here. Yeah, so one last climb up the mountain. Really gives you a sense of all the power you've attained over the course of your run.
Yeah, I just stop caring for these dead huts, killing you or anything. Just hunt through.
Alright, open is the tower.
He's having a little trouble with the head I got there. Now let's see how this almost fight goes. Missed a couple of shots, but still good recovery there.
Yeah, the important thing is just to not run out, really, and when you've got 31, you'd have to put some effort in on that.
Got his penultimate crystal, and Sinum's having to go left side without the keys on the right.
Yep. Oh. Sandre's gonna get that victory's revenge as well.
That's sweet, sweet revenge.
Yep. That Stalfa's proving evasive. There we go. The gold sword with that supreme reach finally gets it.
That's the primary advantage of Gold Sword, I think. It hurts for more, but still one hit kills most enemies. But
Indeed.
the longer reach is nice.
Yeah. Just a little bit of prize money there out of that map. Just missing that bonk strat there. Sneaking through on the tail of the firebar. Adding to the fistful of keys. And we'll very soon have their big key.
I'm entering the Gauntlet now. There's only still a couple more minutes before they finish. Ascendress is preparing themselves for the revenge on Vitreous.
Signum's taking care to line up those mimic shots. Does take one fireball. Unfortunate when you don't have that mirror shield, but it's not often that you actually get it.
Nice revenge on Vitreous by Sanders.
Yeah. Just 2 silvers to the face at the end, and we've got ourselves a 7th crystal for Sandres. Oh, hesitated just a bit against the good RNG for those cannonballs, and now has to be much more pensive. Sandre is going to stock up. Doesn't want to have to redo any last part of this.
Yeah, sticking up is a good option when you're not sure about surviving the Ganon's tower.
Yeah. Even with that blue mail, no shield kind of gets in the way sometimes. Signum's on to land mode 2 now. Melting down the last couple rooms of Gauntlet. Good shooting with those silvers, but the 50-50 on that last one keeps them from getting the 0 cycle.
Ew, and also doesn't get the 2nd cycle. These are host shots are hard to play sometimes. You try to predict where the head will be before it pops out.
Right.
And it just doesn't go where you thought it would go.
Yeah, and that first cycle being the easiest one because you just have the positions. But the directions can still be volatile. Whereas after that, who knows where they'll pop up and which way they go.
Yeah.
So we have Sandres now dashing to open the tower. while Signum's walking very carefully to light the torches. The conveyor just not cooperating there with that bomb. Can be a bit of a trick.
Yeah. It looks like the bomb kind of gets stuck on the wall below. So it's not actually on the conveyor.
Right. And there goes our one shield for...
Wow. The first shield of the hunt, 2 hours in.
Yeah. Probably hoping for the mail there. Or just opening from muscle memory. Oh, and a vanilla big 20 there. Oh. There we go, getting the stun. These mini helmets can make this room just ridiculous. We are into Agate 2. One off the first. Whoa, in the triangle of doom.
Yeah, these are not overly nice patterns for Ganon.
Not at all. Oh,
And
almost
just
sneaking a
missed the
trip.
triple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shooting one wide there in that frame. There we go. Down goes Agate 2. Yeah, if Aghanim had put a little more thought into his work, he'd just use that triangle formation all the time. Probably be a little more successful. Oh, and Sandres takes a fall in the, I guess call this the hookshot room. Ganon's tower having to reset all the way to that north door.
Going to say another really fast 1 cycles for the 2 first phases of Ganon.
Indeed. And taking a little bit of damage from that fire serpent. Getting inside of it. Really helps out, and stocking up proving to be the wise move. Yeah, green mail ends up being a bit of a bane here. We're into phase 3. Just got to get those sword hits in before the jump if you want to avoid the fire. Always want to avoid the fire. It engages what we call the torch glitch.
This was close.
Yep.
My heart skipped a beat for that fire bat.
Yeah, very close margin there. If you light that left torch before the right one goes out, the right one just doesn't go out. But quick phase 4, down goes Ganon. Signum just has to wait for the bridge.
Now let's see. Okay. He really waited for that bitch.
Yeah, definitely don't want to fall in
it.
that. Yeah, GG's. Get your GG's in the chat.
Just finished in 5th place with a time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 2 seconds. That's just behind. Let me see. Phantom Hue, which we announced earlier, a bit before he finished, at 1 hour 59 and 34 seconds.
And
So 5th
GG's
place,
to him as well.
very good.
Yeah. Yeah, a smaller field today of 9 runners. And you're going to want the best placements you can get out of it. So now we've just got Sandra, he's making this climb. Polishing off that first route. Showing a little bit of prudence there, not dashing into the BMOS.
Those almost flying startfalls are annoying.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't swing unless you were sure, and then if you miss, all of a sudden you've got a contingency to deal with. Oh man, the Zazak giving Sandres a little bit of trouble there.
Yep,
But
you got hit a lot there.
Yeah, oh, pink one's cooperating a bit. And just in time to get that blue potion on. Sword strats on the Lambos.
Yeah, with Butter Sword, it's just 2 hits. Whether it's a swing or a spin.
Yeah, Butter Sword being one of the interesting swords in that. Spins only, I think, they do extra damage against like 1 enemy in the game. I want to say it's High Nox.
Yes, High Nox are the bomb throwing guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the big one-eyed dudes who hang out usually around Pyramid of Power.
Yes, that's the only one where Butter Sword spins do more damage.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's just because they're so hefty otherwise. But
yeah, I think it's just because they normally take 2 swings to kill with the Butter Sword, so they just kept the usual damage scaling, while for bosses, looks like the damage scaling is more hard-coded, I think. So they didn't bother changing for Butter spins.
Yeah, I guess they don't expect you to have the sword with this rando, you know, kind of doing some things that don't normally happen.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in the vanilla game, it expects you to have the Butter Sword by then, since it's the final dungeon.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, they just didn't bother.
Of course. For some reason, I was thinking about Lambo 1.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of course, you wouldn't have it then.
You won't have anything more than Fighter Sword for this one.
Yeah. But on we go, lighting the torches. I think a broken heart is a fitting text for the pedestal this scene, as some of us had hoped and hoped as Turtle Rock unfolded. And we might find a bow there. Sneaking a fairy into that bottle. Oh no, I'm getting the spark to line up in just the worst spot there. As that orbits a pixel. Good patience there on that well-known pattern.
Yes, one hit.
Yeah, sneaking that first one in. Now the death triangle.
No hit either here. This one's gonna be easier.
Yeah, sneaks 2 in on that
2
one.
hits.
2 more. And so we just need 1 more hit to bring this to an end.
Nice.
Yeah, down we go.
It was a bit risky to wait for the original Adianim's ball because it could have been a blue ball.
It's true.
But, got it.
Yeah, got through that. I guess nobody really saw a blue ball in that fight.
No, yeah, Adianim was fine.
Yeah,
this one at least.
Yeah.
First Adianim had 4 blue balls.
Right. Yeah, the patterns were rough, but at least you could actually hit them. For one last time, we get taunted by Ganon regarding our intelligence. Makes it that much easier to complete this fight, you know? Putting that can of burn into use generates a little lag, but it ensures no damage. When you got that half magic, super nice.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he got any more blue potions, because I know he used one in the Gauntlet.
Oh, we're down to a heart and a half. So we're about to find out. 1 blue and a fairy.
That's enough.
Oh, we will be joined by Signums here.
Alright, well, let's bring him in while Sandhurst finishes his fight.
Yeah. Signums,
Hello, Signums.
GG.
GG. Hello? We'll check with Signums to see if we can hear him.
Over here in the face. Oh, and that fairy is going to get put to use for Saunders.
Yeah.
There it is.
Just before the final hit.
Yeah, in the nick of time. And getting right back to it then as they revive from that.
So with this, Sander has just finished. So get your GGs in chat for Sandhurst 316, who finished with an official SL time of 2 hours, 18 minutes and 50 seconds in 7th place. That was just behind Yellow, White, Red in 6th place with 2 hours, 17 minutes, 48 seconds. Who was just after Signums. We already told you finished.
Yeah. And it seems having some tech difficulties with Signums. Stand by, may get the interview yet.
We might be joined by Sandhurst 316 as well, as soon as he comes into our voice channel.
Alright, it looks like Signum's having some tech issues, but we are joined by Saunders. GG, Saunders.
GG.
Oh.
Yeah, that was an enigma, a real humdinger.
Yeah, I mean, when I started that, it seemed like every choice I was making, it was like bam, 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 right away, and I was skipping dungeons because I'm still like not comfortable with a lot of them, especially when I got to the Mire. as the next one to clear.
Yeah, you weren't the only runner in this to have struggles in that too. You probably saw if you scrolled up through your SRL, a couple of people remarked about it, and also even here on stream. In there without the bow, it's always a little tougher, and definitely some wisdom to realize, well, hey, the bow is somewhere else. I can take care of this later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm sure everyone saw my little rage everything when I found the flippers. I was just like, oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much everybody had that reaction too. And then you get the book where you're like, okay, well, let's go. Do we check head?
Yeah, it was like, where can I fluke to that has an easily accessible item that was left on my tracker? Because I had Hobo, I had Waterfall, and then when I got to Saha, I just wanted to give him a kiss at that point. I was like, oh, thank you!
Yeah, it saves 2 dungeons worth. But yeah, definitely not the kindest seed, and so yeah, a tough finish indeed.
Yeah, better than my 2 p.m. and actually near 12-minute PB. That actually is my PB. So.
Oh well, congrats.
Yeah, congrats. I think we're also joined by Signom's.
Hello, you hear me now?
We do.
Yes, we can hear you.
GG.
Nice.
And yeah, so Sandres was just remarking, Mire without the bow.
Yeah, that was a thing for you as well.
Yeah,
Mire was. Ugh.
Yeah, and it was definitely reported
2 or 3
by
deaths,
others.
and then I just nah.
Yeah, and others had reported in the SRL that it was just man, Vinny today.
I thought I was doing good with the bombs, and then but green mail,
that was kind of
bad, 2 bad hits, and just
yeah. I know one of your deaths. It was unfortunate getting pinned, going for the sword spin, but the eyeball was just in there a little quicker. But altogether, though, I mean, everybody exhibited some good routing when it came down to it. I think Sandres had one of the more interesting finds getting to the Titan's mitts first, but having gone to Pod and then back in Outcast to do it.
Yeah, with that, it was like, okay, I'm on this side. If I get bow locked, I'll get bow locked quickly. And then gloves was, I think, what, second, third chest in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we got something to do.
And I think that led me into village, got the mitts. That led me to Death Mountain.
Yeah, and interesting that the flute ended up there too because you had those mitts early. But any other standout parts of the seed?
Making sure I had that fairy is like that was like in the 2 p.m. I picked up both fairies and I didn't want either. Like I wanted one to heal at the time, but the second one I wanted to put in a bottle. So to actually get the second one into the bottle, where was Ned? That was in Ganon's Tower, right?
It was, yeah, just in the nick of time.
Yeah, so it was like getting that fairy is like that way I didn't have to go all the way down the pyramid to get the bonk fairy.
Right. Yeah, and it came in perfectly handy as you revived and sunk that 4th hit immediately.
Yeah, like that was actually that I wasn't expecting the fireball there because I thought I got the hit off in time, but it ended up basically being next to intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, at the very least, you knew you could tank it if you needed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, great stuff. So, if there's nothing more to add, I think we'll tie this one up. We had our 9th runner did forfeit, unfortunately, Cordy, who was preceded in finishing by Blackjack at a 227 even. But thank you guys for an exciting race, for joining us here. Thank you to our trackers, Ms. Metroid and Yoinker's Wife. Thank you, chat, for tuning in. I think this is all the rando that we have on the schedule for tonight. We do have another qualifier match tomorrow at I guess it'll start around 2:15 Eastern. As you know, we do the stream delay. And that'll be... Don't know if the channel's assigned yet, but it'll be on Speed Gaming or Speed Gaming 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Probably one of those higher numbers, or lower numbers rather, the higher priority channels. Nimban, you have any final thoughts?
Well, not really, but thank you. Thanks to everyone again. It was really fun to commentate with you.
Likewise. Always a pleasure. And so for everyone at Speed Gaming, thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to catch you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.